I got a question. Can you imagine walking down the street with holes in your pockets and money just falling out of your pockets? How would you feel if you looked back and you saw a trail of coins and dollar bills and 20s and hundreds sitting on the sidewalk with a line going up to your pants because you've had holes in your pocket? Well, I'll tell you, the reality is the majority of folks out there, majority of men and women, and myself included at one point, had a lot of holes in my pocket. You know, many of you are probably looking at your finances realizing, shoot, I am overspending for things. I have recurring things that I'm paying for that I'm not utilizing. It's confusing and you just don't have the time to look at it, but you know it's costing you a lot of money. But the reality is it's causing this bleeding. You have this bucket with holes in it. Imagine if you're going to the beach and you're making a moat for your sandcastle and you go to the ocean and you scoop up this big old bucket of water, and as you run up to your sandcastle, the bucket is only halfway full because half of the water fell out of the holes in the bucket as you're running up to your sandcastle. That's basically what's happening to a lot of folks' personal finances. Now, you and I know that it's important for you to start actually accumulating cash and start accumulating wealth. Before you do that, you have to plug these holes in your leaky bucket. And I get it. A lot of folks out there saying, I just don't have the time to look at these leaky holes. I'd rather just make more money. Or I don't have the knowledge of determining what I should be getting rid of, or I'm just too busy to look at it. I'm just comfortable where I'm at, or I'm just going to make more money. And I get it. There's a lot of folks out there that say that. But I'll tell you, once you start plugging these holes in your leaky bucket, you're going to feel much more confident about your finances. You're also going to feel much more financially sound, and you're going to be able to make good financial decisions moving forward that will help you truly build wealth and position you properly for opportunities that may come your way. Let me share a story with you. I had a client that came into me about just a couple months ago. The guy's name is Mike, and he had a very successful technology business that focused a lot on digital marketing and Facebook, YouTube, and stuff like that. And he said, Eric, I would love for you to help me save on taxes, and I'm paying a lot here. What can I do? So it says, awesome, dude. If you can, I would love to take a look at your tax returns. Would love to take a look at your profit and loss and give me access to your QuickBooks as an accountant to take a peek at what is going on inside of here. And he said, yeah, totally, sure. So he gave me the login for it. I logged into it and it says, okay, I'm going to start this audit process. It's going to be an investment of $1,000 and we'll take a look at it. It's going to take about 7 to 14 days to go through it and we'll get back to you. As I was going through his bank statements and his expenses, I started realizing there's a lot of recurring charges in there, and it really piqued my curiosity. And I called the guy up and said, hey, I just had a couple of questions for you. Are you using this subscription to ClickFunnels? He says, actually, I'm not really utilizing it right now. Okay, great. That's $299 a month, $299 per month that you've been spending for the last 12 months that I've seen that you haven't utilized. Right there is $3,600 per year. I also see you have Infusionsoft. Do you use that? He's like, I used to use that, but I don't use that anymore. Okay, that's another $400 that you're spending there. That's $4,800 for the year if that wasn't caught. And when I went through all the expenses, I started realizing that there's a lot of holes in his bucket. He was leaking out to the tune of about $10,000 per year in expenses that he wasn't really keeping track of because he was really busy running his business, running the operations, running the employees and everything, that he didn't have the chance to look at his finances in his business. Now, $10,000 a year is significant for most folks. Some folks might say, oh, $10,000 a year, that's not a whole lot of money. But for most businesses that are in 10 to 20% profit margin business, that's like another $50,000 to $100,000 in sales that you had to make to recoup that $10,000. So what are your leaky buckets in your personal finances and in your business finances? So a couple of the takeaways I want you to take away from this is, number one, you're going to want to look at your business accounts on a regular basis and take a look at what is going in and out for income and expense. Are there charges in there that you don't really recognize, or charges in there for software subscriptions that you don't use anymore? It may be time to reassess that and cancel it. Just be brutal at it and cancel it. The number two takeaway is, when you add up all of these recurring expenses, it adds up to be some significant money. Now, $10,000 a year in this guy's situation, in Mike's situation, was significant. $10,000 can hire another virtual assistant to help you scale your business. Another $10,000 could mean another family vacation that you spend with your family or your girlfriend or your loved ones or something like that, right? Right, so those are two amazing takeaways. So with this, I have a piece of homework for you to do tonight before we move on to tomorrow. I would love for you to log into your bank account like you did yesterday, but now, instead of just looking at the bank balance, expand it and take a look at all the expenses that come out. Print that out and just highlight all the expenses that either you don't recognize or you don't think that you really needed to spend. Now, I'm not advocating to cut down on your Starbucks or something like that, because we do need to enjoy life a little bit, but are there expenses that are recurring that you don't really need? Excessive software costs, excessive subscriptions, maybe magazine subscriptions or something like that. Look into that. So do that homework tonight, look in your bank statement and look at all the expenses and see if there are any expenses that you can eliminate that are recurring that you don't need. I can almost guarantee you that you're going to find a significant amount of savings. So do that homework, and then tomorrow I'm going to tell you what to do with that savings.